Oh, stop it, you. Absolutely loving this conversation. But let me tell you, these moments on Expresso move fast. And I think life in general moves fast. But coffee gives you permission to reset, savor the moment, and just hit pause.
It's time to hit pause with JACOBS.
And this morning, we are embracing the aromatic flavors of the JACOBS Origin range with, listen to this, the Latin American and Southeast Asian selections, which of course promises a flavorful coffee experience indeed. Do you have a sip already, Raul?
I have, and honestly, for something that tastes this good, I'm blown away that you are literally getting these sort of nuances from another planet almost. It's not just going overseas to Latin America.
We're intergalactic now.
It feels like another world, but I absolutely love this. This is something I could definitely sip on, savor, and almost reflect on when it comes to those big moments. And speaking of, I know we often attempt big challenges in our lives, right? And sometimes we're successful.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? When those moments do arise, how do you savor it in? Do you find yourself reflecting on these moments, or you just, I got to keep this momentum and move on and not even look back? How do you deal with that?
To be honest, I'm like an inside head person. I'm very reflective on the day-to-day, and I really love journaling. And so every time I write things down, I can always look back like a year later and realize, oh my gosh, Carissa, you have come so far in the last 6 months, 3 months, a year, and your life just looks so different. I'm also a believer in like faith and manifestation. So I was actually looking at my vision board yesterday and I was like, whoa, I've ticked off so many things on here, and it was such a beautiful moment of reflection for me.
I think that's literally hitting the nail on the head for me. I think we don't often enough take moments to reflect, because if you aren't, you don't realize the progress you're making in life. And when you take a moment to, I think, hit pause, choose an opportunity to literally reflect on something like that, you realize how much power you've gained. And within that, the moment itself becomes so empowering.
Absolutely.
Do you celebrate those moments?
I was going to ask you, do you celebrate those moments? I need to do better at celebrating, I think. I'm one of those people that goes from like goal to goal to goal, and I never really take a moment to be like, oh, let's pop a bottle, or let's go out for a nice dinner, or let's do something that's going to fill me up again. So I need to do better at that. How about you?
Yeah, I was very much the same. I think especially when you dive into an industry like this, you have a goal, but the minute you achieve it, you think, okay, it keeps moving, and it's like the next stepping stone to a bigger goal. So I was very much like you for the best part of my life, just constantly moving, this instant gratification, dealing with the chaos, until I found the opportunity and the power within these moments to actually just stop, breathe, pause, and reflect, like you've just mentioned now. And that's almost become my celebratory dance, is to take a moment to just calm, breathe, and remind yourself that, hey man, you've done some incredible things, and you need to take a moment to celebrate this because you've done something incredible. And I think we as human beings don't do that often enough. And we need to incorporate that in our lives, because I think we all are achieving the absolute most. And we really need to give ourselves a bigger pat on the back.
We do, don't we? Everybody really just needs that moment to be like, okay, we need to just make sure that we're good and make sure that we give ourselves the heads up and the thumbs up. And everybody does need some inspiration on their journey of life. And it just so happens that a cup of coffee, of the finest coffee, can encourage you to keep on going. It's definitely got me motivated.
Just to that.
Find your wonderful. JACOBS. Wunderbar.